Welcome, guys, to the Batcave live stream talking about the future of DC movies. Now, this is actually our first live stream in 2 years, I want to say. I think September 2022 was the last live stream. So hopefully it goes okay. I'm actually joined today by my own version of Young Jamie, Young Jack. Say hi, Jack.
Hello.
That was very low. Hello. I also should probably apologize for the quality of the camera. It's a temporary setup. We're working on it. New cameras have been ordered, so the next live stream, if this one goes okay, will be a lot better, I promise. Right, so who we got? We got a comment in the chat, Jack. Ethereal Dreamer Art. What's going on, dude? I believe you were actually present in the last live stream 2 years ago, because I had a look at it earlier to see how bad it was. So thanks for sticking around for 2 years. I should also mention this is actually not just a discussion about the future of DC movies, but a celebration. Because if you look at the subscribers for the Batcave, we've actually passed 50,000 subscribers, which is mental. Especially when you take into consideration, we did take a break on this channel, from this channel for a little while we were setting up the initial shop and things like that. So yeah, 50,000 subs is mental, and it would be nice to eventually maybe hit the goal of 100k, because that would be the 4th channel of ours to do it. I don't think there's many people that can say that. So yeah, real cool. The epic background guy. What? Bring that comment up, Jack. Keep an eye on those comments. DP Entertainment, the epic background guy is the real star of the show. What do you mean? As in, this background? Yeah. I'm actually... Oh, the background guy, as in Jack. Okay, yeah. Jack is the star of the show. He's just slow. So, yeah. I would say, feel free to throw out a comeback at me, Jack, but no swearing. Okay, this is a family-friendly show. So how's everyone doing? It's been a long time since I've live streamed on any of my channels. The Sixth Ranger, the Batcave, Broken Sword, so on and so forth. There is many now. Alright, Jack, I guess because there's, hardly anyone here, what we'll do is me and you will just have a little chat about the future of DC movies. So I guess the best thing we could do to start would be to pull up the upcoming slate, the schedule for the next, I think, 2 years they've scheduled for upcoming DC movies. There's quite a lot to talk about, because there's some big movies, there's some questionable movies, there's some TV shows, some animated shows, quite a lot to talk about. Hi Laura, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. Another one that's been present in many live streams over the years, so I appreciate your support. Thank you very much. Oh, pull that recent comment up, Jack. That's worth talking about. The Arkham show. Mirabelle, hello. Thanks for tuning in. Okay, so Dynaguy says Arkham show cancelled. So this is the Arkham show that was supposed to be part of the Matt Reeves... No, yeah, the Matt Reeves, the Batman verse, right? That one. And we had the Penguin show as well. It's a shame. It looks like they're just running forward with the Penguin show and then the Batman 2. I don't think there's a lot else going on in that universe at the moment. Shame, because there's a lot of potential with an Arkham show. A lot to do. Comments are starting to fly in. Okay. Keep these coming up, Jack, so we can talk about them. The future of the DCU depends on Superman 2025. Making at least 800 million to 900 million. Man of Steel and Batman vs Superman made 668 million and 850 million respectively. Yeah, I would probably agree with that. If Superman Legacy starts off as a flop, then they're in trouble. They are definitely in trouble. I think it's a shame and a surprise that Man of Steel didn't hit 1 billion, because Superman's one of the most, if not the most iconic superhero ever. He's the original superhero. Who doesn't love Superman? I know a lot of modern kind of generation comic book fans and stuff kind of call him boring, because he can do everything. He's unbeatable, essentially. But that's not the point of Man. The point of Man is he's what we aspire to be. You know, he's the peak of, he's not human, but human potential, if that makes sense. So yeah, people kind of misunderstand him as a character, but in my opinion, he should be like a guaranteed billion. Any movie with Superman in should be easy money, but still got to be a good film, I suppose. Okay, Derpy Entertainment says it's cancelled within Reeves universe. Didn't say the DCU. Interesting. So, are you saying that we might still get it in the DCU? I don't know. There's too many things going on. It's not going to be in like the DCU as in this one, right? The Zack Snyderverse. It's not going to be in that because that's done and dusted. No coffin, please, Jack. Thank you. Ruining my audio. And I can't see it being a standalone thing with the James Gunn universe either, because would that really make a lot of sense? I suppose it could, but they're not going to do a TV show set in the Batman universe until they've released a standalone new Batman movie that's again different to the Batman. It's unnecessarily complicated, guys. I don't know how you all feel about this, but why can't we just have one line of movies and one line of characters? Very confusing. Kevin said, congratulations. Thank you very much, Kev. Appreciate it. If the DCU fails, all we will get is Batman projects for the next decade. Yeah, you're probably right there. What have we got coming up? The Batman 2. The Batman the Brave and the Bold has been confirmed, and the James Gunn. I don't think we have a release date for it or anything yet. And we have Joker 2. That's another separate Batverse project. What else we got, Jack? Anything else in the Batman universe?
Everyone else is going to start calling Batman 2 anime.
Yeah. So Batman 2, Joker 2. I just said 3. Have I already forgotten? Oh, yeah, The Brave and the Bold. And then there's also the animated stuff as well. Obviously, the Cape Crusader starts in like 2 or 3 weeks. Very excited about that. Hoping to do some live streams reviewing that as well. So please subscribe if you're interested. Yeah, we already have too many. So let's just hope that Superman works out and is successful so that we don't... Look, I like Batman and love Batman as much as the next guy. More than the next guy, in fact. But I don't just want, you know, an overflow of Batman projects. I just need one good Batman project and I'm set. Okay, what else we got? What's being said? Guys, I did tell you Jack was slow, so... I want the navy blue cowl for the DCU. Yeah, I think... Do I? Do I want that? Yeah, I don't know. I would have said I do want that. Then they went with the navy blue cowl for Batfleck in The Flash. And I did not like that.
I thought that looked pretty cool.
Did you?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if it was just the Flash movie making it kind of bad in general. But yeah, I don't know. What I don't want is a yellow bat symbol. I want a grey suit, black symbol. Those are two things that are very important. As for the blue, I don't mind. I've done a video recently on why Batman wears blue and also why Batman wears a cape. So check those out for my opinion on those things. Some complained they didn't like the dark take on Superman with Man of Steel. Some did complain. Interesting one. Obviously, they went for a darker tone with Man of Steel because it was kind of just the vibe of movies at the time that was made. Everybody wanted gritty. So I do understand, but Superman should be the complete opposite of that. He is hope, he is bright and colourful and all those things. Despite the fact I have an all-black Superman next to me. But yeah, they kind of missed the point of Superman. Having said that, I thought Man of Steel was a great movie. I thought Henry Cavill was a great Superman. And all in all, it was a big messed up opportunity, if you ask me. Some comments there about Robin, Nightwing, the Bat Family. Is there any context there? Paul says losing Henry Cavill, biggest mistake. I want to agree with you, because he was a great Superman. But it's hard to call it a mistake until we've seen David Corenswet, or however you say his name. Because for all we know, he could be better. So yeah, while losing Henry did suck, it's not necessarily a mistake. It might end up being for the best. Who knows? But again, big Cavill fan. And the fact that Cavill's a big 40k nerd. Me and him would get on great. Pull up these comments, Jack. I need something to read.
It's landing a bit.
Oh, it's lagging. Yeah, our internet here is awful, guys, so if there's any delays or stutters in the audio and video, I do apologize. It's the best we got. Kevin says, it's probably because the mainstream audience didn't see Snyder's version of showing us the progression of Superman finding his morals through his appearance in the first phase of DC movies. I kind of get what you mean. I think a lot of the complaints about it were the fact that Superman killed in his first appearance. Because, I guess, spoilers, but obviously at the end of Man of Steel, Superman snaps General Zod's neck. And I remember being in the cinema watching that, being a huge, huge Superman fan, and literally putting my palm to my face at the time and going, oh no, they have just made Superman kill. Or have they done? But on reflection and kind of as you move forward through the Snyderverse and see where they were going with it, it does sort of make sense, because it's that moment that essentially develops his morals. He kind of understands that you shouldn't kill. And then that lesson is almost put through Batman as well, because obviously the stage of Batman's career when we meet him, he's a mass murderer basically, and through teaming up with Superman and his experiences, tries to overcome that. So I kind of get what they were doing with it, but yeah, I also agree. Ooh, some interesting comments here. I'm waiting for Jack to pull them up before I address them, but the Joker 2 doesn't give me hope it will be good. No? Why is that? I actually enjoyed the trailer. It's a very different take. Essentially a musical inside the Joker's head, to me, sounds interesting. So, and the first one was, forget the fact that it was a DC movie, it was a fantastic movie. So, yeah, I'm personally looking forward to it. How far behind are we, Jack? Because
About 5 or 6 comments, I think.
okay. Laura says, yeah, the cape is ridiculous, but it looks badass. Could not agree with that more. That's essentially, in essence, what my entire video talked about, because about probably close to a year ago now, we shot a video where I played Batman. The video still hasn't seen the light of day. I know people do keep messaging me about it as well. It's all down to special effects, guys. Visual effects. We haven't got anyone to do the visual effects. Anyway, getting sidetracked. When I played Batman in that video, I had to obviously wear a cape. The cape literally goes down to my heels, and trying to fight in that cape, man, it's the most impractical and dangerous piece of clothing you could choose to wear, especially when fighting dangerous criminals. I was fighting an actor, so yeah. But yeah, they do look cool. Okay. Waiting for this to appear on screen. Assuming Jack's clicked on the one that I've looked at. Yes. Dino Guy says, will Batman ever get the trunks in live action? You know what? I think he might. Because, young Jack, if you want to pull up a picture, the latest images, or all the new images of Superman Legacy with David Corenswet, I think that's his name, his new Superman in the James Gunn verse, well, guess what? He's wearing trunks. So if they're willing to do it with Superman, I don't see why they wouldn't be willing to do it with Batman. Again, it's part of the iconic Batman look. It's still, I think, heavily utilized in the comic books, the trunks. So I don't see why they wouldn't. Clearly being brave with Superman. We got that up yet, Jack?
Yeah, I think so.
It's loading. There we go. Okay. So as you can see, I mean, that's a terrible... Is there not a bigger one than that? Actually, you can't see the trunks on that picture. Search Superman Legacy trunks or something.
I'll do that.
Yeah. Okay, while we've got these up, though, let's take the discussion this way. We've obviously seen lots of images now, and if you don't follow me on Instagram, please do. At the Batcave111. I've shared many images on there if you want to check them out. But we've had lots of behind-the-scenes images. I'm not sure they were supposed to get leaked, but they have been, of David Corenswet in the new Superman movie. Now, most of these give us a good look at the trunks, a good look at the suit, a look at the cape, and a little bit of an idea of what's going on in the story. We see him like saving a dog or some kids or something, which is a big contrast to the Snyderverse where, you know, Superman's essentially saving the universe. So let's talk a little bit about how it looks. What do you guys think? Let's start with the suit. What do you think of the suit? There's been a lot of complaints about how it looks a little bit baggy. Some modern fans don't like the trunks. I saw someone complaining about the S. I saw a complaint about the fact there was a yellow S on the back of the cape. So I want to know your guys' thoughts, because personally, I like it. I like it a lot. There we... Is that him?
Is it not?
I don't know.
I'm struggling to find images, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
Type in Superman Legacy set photo. What's funny is DP Entertainment says I'll send one, but I don't think like, where are you sending it? I don't know if Jack's gonna be able to get up whatever you send. I've got it on my Instagram, I think. Yeah, there's loads, dude. You're just a terrible Jamie. Here we go. I don't know if this is gonna work. Does that work?
Yeah.
So if Jack can't get up what we need to see, you can look at my terrible quality phone that's been beaten up. This is my old phone. New one died. Yeah, so there we go. Trunks. That's basically what we're getting at. What do we think? Let's go back to those comments, Jack. Ethereal Dreamer said, I think the suit will look better in post-production. Yeah. Potentially. What's interesting, though, is most superhero movies these days where the heroes have capes is they CG the cape most of the time, right? Whereas we can see from set images that it looks like it's a practical cape. Not the capes are ever practical, but you know what I mean. Yeah, I don't think they're going to dull down the colors like they did with Man of Steel. I think they'll keep it bright and hopeful. At least I hope they do. Suit is not great, but I don't hate it. Very New 52. Do you think? I wouldn't say it's very New 52. New 52 doesn't have trunks. Bless me. No, I don't know. I don't think New 52 when I see it. I think classic. Classic Superman is what I think. I just hopped over to the Insta and saw plenty of trunks shots. Maybe a rephrase in order. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks, chat. People are now heading to my Instagram to check out crotch shots. Joe Moody says, who would you like to see play each member of the Justice League in live action? Oof. There's a question. And I can't pick Henry Cavill and Ben Affleck. Okay, alright, let's do this. Superman. I like what I've seen so far of David Corenswet, so I'm... Again, I think that's how you pronounce his name. I'm going to go with him as Superman. Batman, I really, really want to see Alan Ritchson cast as Batman. Mainly because the dude is a good actor. He plays a superhero well. He was Hawk? Dove? Hawk, yes. What am I on about, Dove? Hawk in Titans. And that was quite a Batman-esque costume. Did great in that. And obviously he is Jack Reacher. On top of all that, the dude is a beast. So I'd quite like to see him as Batman. Now, what Justice League lineup are we going for? Wonder Woman? Oh my god. I have no idea. Gal Gadot. Green Lantern. Let's go Hal Jordan Green Lantern. Ironically, I think Ryan Reynolds could have been a good Hal Jordan. He wasn't in one of the worst movies ever. Who else would be... Any suggestions, Jack? Good Green Lantern for Hal Jordan?
It's not even like character that well, to be honest.
No? We could go Jon Stewart. There's going to be a Green Lantern in the Superman movie, I believe. I think they're going Guy Gardner. Played by... Someone help me. Who's playing Guy Gardner? Look that up, young Jamie. Feels good to be Joe Rogan. Dino Guy says there's lots of unnecessary lines and the collar. I don't know. I like it. I do like it. Alan Richmond will be a great choice. Yes, I agree. Nathan Fillion. How did I not remember that? Thank you so much, JP Entertainment. You are much faster than Jack.
Accidentally typing Green Lantern, cast Green Lantern.
Oh my god. Can you guys hear him? Like, I'm not sure if his voice is picking up on the mic or not. But he searched Green Lantern cast Green Lantern. Good one. Yeah, we had multiple people saying Nathan Fillion, but you could search it. Let's put up some more comments. Jack has told me there's an interesting comment, but it's lagging so far. Okay. Derby Entertainment says, I actually have picture looks at Jimmy Olsen and Lois, the full Daily Planet. Wait, what? Have I seen those? Wait, like only you have them, or they've been leaked somewhere? If they've been leaked somewhere, I've probably seen them. But yeah, send them over on the Instagram if you can. The Green Lantern show. Ooh, this is interesting. The Green Lantern show will be Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart. Have you seen the Guy Gardner images? Yes, I have. Yes, I have seen them. Now, back to the Green Lantern show. What's interesting about this? Like, I think Green Lantern is one of DC's best heroes in terms of like characters, and just the whole idea of the Green Lantern Corps and stuff is awesome. So the fact they're doing a show with not just one but two of the Green Lanterns is amazing. And to me, Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan are the two best. Hal Jordan's probably the most known, and then Jon Stewart is obviously the one that we got in the Justice League animated show, so everyone's familiar with him too. But their relationship together could be almost like a buddy cop action comedy. You know, I think that could work very, very well. Oh, Ranger of the North tuned in. Michael Varnon. How are things? Things are very good, thank you, my friend. Yeah, very, very busy. Finding time to do these live streams and just videos in general is real tough. We've got a gym, multiple channels, and a shop now. So, yeah, it's getting harder and harder. And kids, you know, so, yeah. Derby Entertainment's asked for the Instagram. There you go. It's down there. Jack was a bit slow with it again, but we got there in the end. Sorry, Bats 1986 would like to see the DCU cities have their own feel to them. Gotham be gritty, dark deco, and Metropolis be futuristic and vibrant with the monorail. Make the DCU world unique, different, and timeless. Yes, 100% agree with that. It's one of the more interesting things about DC compared to like Marvel and stuff is they have their own cities. Like, I think most Marvel... I'm not much of a big Marvel guy, but I think most of their characters exist in like New York and stuff, right? So they all feel quite samey and overly familiar, whereas the cities in the DC universe are almost their own characters. And you can straight away tell whether you're in Metropolis or Gotham, and that's something that definitely needs to be brought into the on-screen versions for sure. I've just seen Kumar vote Sydney Sweeney as Wonder Woman. Yeah, I'm not going to say no to that. For two reasons. Moving on. I missed that comment you put up then, Jack. Sorry, what did it say?
Oh, it said it will be a cop show where they discover ancient evil by Green Lantern.
Yeah, that would be very cool. Very, very cool. Zechariah Lopez, what are your expectations for the Cape Crusader series? They're currently very high, I'm not going to lie. The recent trailer we got did look very good. The characters that are included, I'm happy with. The only thing I'm a little bit disappointed with is the fact that it's confirmed to be set in the 40s, 50s, one of them. So it's actually a proper noir setting. I like the noir vibe, but I didn't need the time, if that makes sense. I want to see cool high-tech gadgets with my Batman. So we're going to have a Batman that doesn't even have a mobile phone. Yeah, or a computer. It's going to be strange. He's basically just a dude with some batarangs and a car, and probably not a very fast one. But yeah, very much looking forward to it. Definitely will be doing reviews of each episode. Subscribe and tune in. Joe Moody, don't know about you guys, but I'd like to see a Batman, Hellboy, and Sin City crossover, if done right. So that, like a three-way crossover. Batman, Hellboy, and Sin City? Whew. Yeah. I mean, Batman in like a Sin City movie style with the black and white and red could be cool. I like that. I like that. Oh, someone picked up on it. Sorry, Laura. Who did you cast as Flash and Batman in the DCU? Batman, I just covered that. I'd definitely go with Alan Ritchson, guy that plays Hawk in Titans, and also Jack Reacher. He was also Aquaman in Smallville, so the dude has quite a connection to DC already. I just think he has the right look for Batman. Yes, he's blonde, but that's okay. James Bond was also cast as a blonde guy. Everyone kicked off about that, and look how that ended up. Oh, The Flash. Oh, God. These are all putting me on the spot. Come on, Jack. Who would you cast as The Flash? Not Ezra Miller. I can tell you that much. He'd be one of my bottom of my list choices.
I quite like his portrayal, to be fair, but he's just not a very nice person.
Yeah, to be fair, he did have me laughing in the Flash movie. But yeah, I know. I don't know who else. Grant Gustin. There you go.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah. Found your Instagram. Your settings basically says you have to accept invite in message. Yes, they do. I think all Instagrams are like that, right? Yo. I've accepted your yo. I don't want Batman in DCU. How do I respond to this? This channel's called The Batcave. And you're also on The Batcave. So are you not a Batman fan? Interesting. Interesting comment. Why, I suppose. Let's continue that. Ooh. Big questions. Big questions coming in. Ray says, do you think DC can recover from their cinematic mess over the last decade? It has been a cinematic mess, but there has also been some positives. The Batman, with Robert Pattinson, Matt Reeves, was a positive. I wouldn't call that a mess at all. And the fact that they are continuing on with that, not franchise, but universe, I suppose, is good. I think they'll do well in their own right. However, as for the whole cinematic universe that needs to be built if you want to compete with the MCU, which at this point they're not going to be able to, I think it'll be difficult. And I think they shouldn't worry too much about building the universe. I think they should just worry about telling good stories. Because that was the issue before, is they just went, we need a cinematic universe with all the heroes and the Justice League to compete with the Avengers. And that's where it got rushed and messy. And they just threw everything at it. They threw Doomsday and Darkseid in it right away. And it was just like, whoa, we can't go anywhere from here. It was done. So I think as long as they focus on telling smaller, interesting character stories in each of their movies, I think they can recover. I've just seen Derby Entertainment says, I don't want Richardson as Batman. That's a shame. Ethereal Dreamer Art says, if I could make a sequel... Oh, it's gone. Keep up, Jack. If I could make... I've lost it. Okay, if I could make a sequel to Batman the Animated Series, it would be the years Bruce grows old leading up to Batman Beyond. R.I.P. Kevin Conroy. That would be a great shout. There's a good chunk of years there that we've never really seen explored. I think Bruce is only... What would he be? Mid-30s by the time the animated series ends? Maybe 40? And then by the time Beyond starts, he's got to be like 80. So there's probably a good 40 years of crime fighting that we don't have stories for. So yeah, that's a great shout. And yes, R.I.P. to the Batman GOAT, Kevin Conroy. What do you guys think of the voice for Batman for the new Cape Crusader show? We did get a snippet of it in the trailer. Kumar says, forget the actors. Who do you want to direct the Batman movie, and why is it Christopher Nolan? It's a good question. It's definitely not Christopher Nolan, though. That wouldn't be my choice. We've already had 3 from him. They were great. But I don't think necessarily great for a cinematic universe. Great as standalone movies. Now, who would be a good director? These are such tough questions. I know. Me. Yep, I'm sticking with that. Moving on. Okay, so we've got a continuation here from the person that doesn't want Batman in the DCU. Let's carry on this conversation. Ooh, that was also an interesting comment, though. But yeah, go back to it. So BAWB, love Batman, but I do not want them to put... Oh, Robert Pattinson. Right. Okay, so you just don't want the Batman in the DCU. They're not, so you're fine. Don't worry about it. No, the Batman the Brave and the Bold is going to be a completely separate thing to the Batman. The Batman will stay as a standalone universe. The Brave and the Bold will be the new DCU Batman, which will go alongside David Corn Sweat's Superman. Derby Entertainment. I was a fan of Aaron Taylor Johnson for Batman, but he done goofed, went to Sony. Did he? What did he do? He went...
Craven, isn't he?
Is he?
Yeah, I think a movie's coming up.
Does that matter though? Why does that mean he can't be Batman? He could still be Batman. I mean, the rumors are he's one of the top 2 choices, I think, for James Bond. Imagine being cast as James Bond and Batman. The 2 coolest fictional characters ever, in my opinion. Yeah, he's a cool guy. He's got the look for sure. He's hench now too. How did Kick-Ass become hench? Bats 1986. I liked Momoa as Aquaman, but like me, would you like to see? Oh, but like me, would you like to see the DCU version revert back to the regal King of the Seven Seas rather than the beer drinking Hawaiian surfer dude? Who's your pick for the role? I agree with everything you said there. I enjoyed Jason Momoa as Aquaman. I thought he was quite funny. Yeah, just quite kind of lovable in the role. But yeah, for me, Aquaman needs to be that regal King of the Seven Seas, like you said. I definitely agree with that. As for my pick, oh god, I really don't know. This is so difficult. So difficult. Who could pull it off? Jack, who would you pick? I suck at fan castings, by the way, just to let you all know.
I haven't watched a lot of Game of Thrones. I think, what's his name? The one that gets taken in, like, season 6.
I haven't got as far as season 6 in Game of Thrones, I'm afraid. The guy that gets taken in season 6 of Game of Thrones is Jack's choice.
Reef or Reek, I think that's what his name ends up being.
I can't help. I don't know. Can't help. Sorry. Apparently, there's been some pictures sent. Oh, right. Okay, cool. Oh. Ooh, there's some I haven't seen here, actually. Oh, there is a lot of lines on that suit. Okay, they're not as clear in the other images, so... Jack doesn't have access to my Instagram where he is, so they're going to have to be shown on my phone, I'm afraid. Oh, okay, so this is the full, like, cast lineup. Right, I see. Yeah, I mean... That picture of Lois is so unclear. I don't even know who's been cast as Lois. Well, I do, I just can't remember. The Guy Gardner suit is interesting, though. Anyway, yeah. The pictures are cool. I'm personally excited. We've talked a lot about lines on the suit and trunks, but overall, I think it looks good. Looks like a very wholesome Superman, which is how Superman should be. Ugly Weirdo has just put, "Hey, what's up, Ugly Weirdo? I love the Bat Family. Will be a focus on TBAB. What's TBAB?
The Brave and the Bold.
Oh, the Brave and the Bold. Makes sense. Yeah. What's interesting about that, though, is what part, or what in terms of timeline, what part of the Bat Family will be showcased in The Brave and the Bold? Like, is Damian Wayne Robin? You know? Because I guess that's what it should be, but doesn't mean that's what it will be. I've seen a comment there. It's time for a Batman Beyond live-action movie. I agree. Have you just changed the comment, or should I read the one that's on screen?
Which one do you want to do?
The one that you just had up. Kumar.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we need to get back to singular superhero movies instead of unending multiverses. Look at the sad state of Marvel. Yes. Again, I agree with that in a way. I think the focus needs to be on strong character stories, nothing else. And then if there's a good story that can be told that interweaves two characters into the same movie, fine, do it. But the focus shouldn't be on, oh, how do we get these characters together to make a multiverse and all that. That's where they go wrong. The focus just needs to be on individual strong stories, if that makes sense. Yeah, I'm a fan of a multiverse. I'm a fan of tying things in and having everything link, but it shouldn't be the focus. That's where things get messy. Marvel, as you said, is in a sad state right now. No one cares about any of the upcoming releases. Jack, do you care about any of the upcoming Marvel films?
I don't even know. I think Deadpool's next out, and then they're not doing anything rest of the year now. So.
Okay, Deadpool I care about. I take it back. Deadpool looks incredible. But obviously Deadpool wasn't originally part of the MCU, so cheating.
I've always been into Marvel. I just can't watch any of them anymore, man.
Yeah, same. I've always enjoyed the Marvel movies, and I stayed up with all of them up until the end of the Avengers storyline. After that, I was kind of done with it. Ugly Weird. Let's get that one up. That's a nice comment. Oh, hang on. Which one have you clicked on? There's such a delay. Yes, Ugly Weirdo said, I don't have much to add to the conversation, but I love your work. Thank you very much. Which work of mine in particular do you love? This channel? Sixth Ranger? The Broken Sword? The Tabletop Alliance? Explore? I suppose Federation Outpost? Bit quiet on there, though. Or the gym? Or the shop? Come and visit me in the shop, guys. Dragon Vault Games in Newport, South Wales. If you're local, come and say hello. Let's talk Batman. I'm getting lots of questions about who I'd cast in certain characters. Find them very hard. I'd be happy to see small budget, character driven stories. Blockbusters haven't been interested in for a long, long time. Yeah, no, I totally agree. It sounds kind of silly, but I feel like The Batman was the right sort of storyline. It was a very, very small scale story, if that makes sense. It was just a detective that was hunting down a serial killer. It wasn't a case of, oh, we need to do this and revive this hero to stop this supervillain from destroying the entire universe and all of existence. The stakes are a lot smaller, and the focus, therefore, is a lot smaller. So it keeps everything more simple. And then the story, the focus rather, becomes the story, not the stakes, if that makes any sense. It makes sense in my head. But yeah, you're right. It's so funny. I haven't been live on this channel for so long. When we set this up, I thought, I need to get Jack here to talk to me, because there's going to be nobody in the chat to ask any questions or say anything. And I'm going to be just sat here talking to myself otherwise. So thank you all for your comments. This has been great. Ray said, the Superman movie has to perform well for James Gunn's new universe. Fans have lost their patience and can't settle for a mediocre movie. Yeah. Yeah, if this movie is mediocre, it's not gonna bode well. I guess the thing I'm holding on to is the fact that James Gunn made the Galaxy movies, the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, and all three of those I thought were great. Very, very unique as well, and kind of stood on their own within the MCU. So I do have a bit of confidence with James Gunn. Also, Peacemaker. That was some good shit, right, Jack?
Oh, I love that show.
I said no swearing, and then I broke my own rule. Sorry.
Have they announced if they're doing like more of that, or is that?
Yeah, season 2 has been shot.
Oh, is it?
But what's weird, right? So again, the future of DC is so messy. So the DC, like Snyderverse, has been cancelled. Everyone knows that. However, Peacemaker, made by James Gunn, featured the Snyderverse Justice League. Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So James Gunn has now taken over all of DC, is doing a season 2 of Peacemaker, which is continuing on from season 1, confirmed, it's not rebooting, but is in the James Gunn universe. How? This is so confusing to me. So confusing.
Yeah, so I'm really clear on what's been like continued and what's not, like on recent films as well.
No, I know, yeah. I remember when they did Suicide Squad, and then The Suicide Squad, or whichever way around it was. And it was like a soft reboot. Like it was all the same universe, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
It just... so confusing. Jade says, I'm really excited for Swamp Thing. I'd forgotten about Swamp Thing. Swamp Thing's not a character that excites me, personally. But I am excited to see something different, because, yeah, going for a Swamp Thing instead of a Wonder Woman, Superman, or Batman within the DC universe is, yeah, that is pretty exciting. So yeah, me too. Thanks, Jade. Thanks for the comment. Still waiting on Jack. Joe Moody says, which DC superhero or villain who has not been seen in live action would you like to see most and why? God. Okay, hero. More of an anti-hero. A character that I always liked in the comics, and he had his own run for a little while in the New 52, and they've kind of put him in the odd collab thing since, is Grifter. Can we put up a picture of Grifter?
Yeah.
If you guys don't know who Grifter is, he's a pretty cool character. Quite a unique look. Not like an overpowered character or anything, more of a vigilante type person. Almost like a Punisher type character. But yeah, I think he has a cool look, a cool vibe, and I'd like to see him in live action. As for villain. Good villain we've not seen. We've not seen Clayface. I just straight away think that villain's... Oh, there you go. There's Grifter. How badass does he look? Although I don't know how the face bandana thing would really look in live action. But anyway, Clayface. Who else we got? See, I want to see a Mr. Freeze, but we've technically had him in live action already. The Ice Age. That was a terrible Arnie impression.
That was one of my favourite films going.
Same. Yeah. Yeah, you watch it now, it's like, what were they thinking? I don't know. I feel like that's a cheat answer. I'll go Clayface and Grifter. Random ones. James Mangold is making something. Interesting. Interesting. Ugly Widow, your Ranger material first drew me in. I had no idea how terrific the comics were, and I'm grateful for you folks showing it off. Thank you very much. Yeah, the 6th Ranger was the first channel I ran by myself, because the Broken Sword is our first main channel, and it's 2 of us that run that. So it'll always kind of have a special place in my heart, the 6th Ranger channel. Only do one video a month on there at the moment, sadly, it's all I have time for. However, something very interesting that got announced yesterday, if you haven't seen. So I live in Newport in South Wales, and there's a Newport Comic Con every year, or Comic Con Wales. They normally have some pretty good guests, but they've announced that this year, coming to my town, is David Yost and... what's her name? Amy Jo Johnson. Christ. So the original blue and pink Power Rangers. Now that's awesome. So I really want to get some footage for the channel of meeting them, hopefully. Fingers crossed. I'd love to interview them. Please no CGI cloud villains. Yeah, agreed. Do you feel that there are too many characters crammed into the Superman movie? I feel it may take away from it. I did have this concern. I can't lie. I think we got like Hawk Girl, Mr. Terrific, Green Lantern, Superman, and others. Do we know who the villain is? I don't think we do we?
I feel like that's been announced, but I couldn't tell you.
But yeah, it's a lot to take in, especially if you're new to this universe. So yeah, it does concern me. It does. New 52 Grifter was amazing. Absolutely was. Abdul says, Alan Richardson would do well in a live-action Batman Hush storyline. Keep doing what you do. Good stuff. First of all, thank you. I will keep doing what I'm doing. And yeah, a Hush storyline would be cool. Though I think... I can see the Hush being a villain that they bring into the Matt Reeves universe, if I'm honest. I feel like it suits the Batman universe a little better. Oh, thanks, Jack. Jack just reminded everyone that I'll address all Super Chats. Although, let's be honest, I'm addressing everything. That's from back in the days where the live chat, like on the Broken Sword, would just be like... You couldn't see anything that wasn't a Super Chat. It was crazy. Now I read everything. Me, I'm the kind of person that if Batman is in the movie, I'll want to see it. Yeah, same. Ooh. Oh, onomatopoeia in the upcoming Batman Cape Crusader. Yes. Oh, that reminds me. So I think the actual next DC release is Kite Man, Hell Yeah. Jack, if you could pull up a picture of Kite Man. Type in Kite Man, Hell Yeah. So Kite Man is a very much like D-list character in the DC universe. He's got his own animated show. I think very much in the vein of the Harley Quinn show. So very much adult humor, animated adult humor. And I'll be honest, the trailer looked hilarious. So I'm actually, well, I didn't think I would be. I'm very excited for that. It does look good. There we go. Kite Man, hell yeah. Just looks so like crap in the best way possible. Oh. Okay. Back to the comments. Any Kite Man fans out there? Oh, my back absolutely kills doing these live streams. Forgot about the pain. Thanks for all the follows on the Batcave, by the way, guys, on Instagram. They're flooding in. I try and respond to everything on Instagram as well, so if you've ever got a question and you don't get it answered on a live stream, feel free to send it on Instagram. I would do anything for a Booster Gold, Ted Cord, and Question Buddy Cop show. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I feel like there's quite a few characters in the DC universe which you could partner up and put together and come up with that kind of buddy cop type vibe, and it would work really well. Maybe like Green Arrow and Green Lantern is a good one. We've had 4 different Mr. Freezes in live action. 4?
You got Arnold.
Yeah.
Gotham.
Oh, Gotham. The 60s one, Adam West one.
Yeah.
Well, what's the 4th?
Was one in Titans or something?
Oh, is there one in Titans?
I don't know, but that's my guess. To be honest.
Yeah, well, Arnie's the only, big screen one. Lex is the main villain, most likely getting muscle up to... Yeah, okay. Makes sense. Lex Luthor kind of has to be the main villain in your first Superman story, I think. It goes back to what I was saying earlier, like, start small. Because, if Zod or Darkseid or Doomsday are your first villain, it's hard to up the stakes from there. So I like the fact that Lex would be the first villain. I think Calendar Man would make a great addition to the Batman series. Not the main, but a side quest villain. Oh, yes, 100%. I always love the little Calendar Man Easter eggs in the Arkham games. Yeah, very, very cool serial killer type villain. I agree. And again, would work perfectly in the Matt Reeves Batman universe. Yeah, great shout.
I think it's about Arnold, this one.
Called Poison Ivy, that alone boosts him up to at least B-list. He did. Oh, is that about Arnie or Kite Man?
Arnold Mr. Freeze, I think.
Okay, yeah.
I
Fair.
haven't seen Kite Man, but...
Kevin also, going back to David Yost, he thinks he deserves a public apology from Power Rangers for how they treated him back in the day. I agree. However, I imagine everyone that was working on Power Rangers back then, it's probably nothing to do with the company or the brand anymore, so difficult one. But yeah, he was treated horribly. Let's get rid of the super chats thing, Jack. I don't think we're gonna get any super chats. It's fine. Will I watch the Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 3 animated movie? It will have cameos from Batman the animated series. Oh, will it? I didn't even know this was being made, if I'm honest. But yeah, I absolutely love the DCAU. So anything in that universe, I'm super, super stoked to watch. And obviously, anything with Batman the animated series characters in, 2 thumbs up. I'm looking at this like stream in front of me now, and it's warm in here, right, Jack?
Yeah.
Especially under the lights, and I can see I'm getting shinier and shinier. I hope Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow does well. I know it's going to look so gorgeous in the cosmos. yeah, I hope all these movies do well. Yeah, it shouldn't be the case, but historically, especially with the way Marvel have done things, the female-led cast movies have not done so well. Wonder Woman, however, did fantastic. I'm just really hoping that this one also does fantastic, you know, because I don't want it to be a case of people blame that, you know. So yeah, hopefully it does well. I'm excited to see who they cast for that because I don't think we've got cast yet. The Batman Part 3 needs to go big with the Court of Owls to close it out, or maybe Ra's al Ghul. My pick would definitely be the Court, because again, haven't seen it, well, because we kind of seen it in live action, but we haven't seen it in the movies, and it's another one of those villains that makes perfect sense for this realistic Matt Reeves universe. So yeah, Ra's al Ghul works, but that again introduces the supernatural, because he's essentially immortal. And I think they'll probably do best to stay away from that, if possible. Oh, I've just seen a couple of really interesting questions there. Deathstroke deserves a movie after the sneak peek from Snyderverse. A good way to rope in Teen Titans. Yes. Yes. Deathstroke is one of my favorite characters. I actually, at this point, I think the best ever Deathstroke we've seen is Manu Bennett. That's right, Jack? Yes?
Is that
Arrow? Yes, the Arrow Deathstroke. Slade Wilson. Yeah, that dude from Arrow was just awesome. He was awesome as just Slade and then as Deathstroke as well. One of the best parts of the show. So I'd love to see him cast in a movie version. But yeah, Deathstroke would be great. And it is a great way to bring in the Teen Titans. We could then bring in Nightwing. Because, come on, let's have a movie Nightwing. I like that all the people that watch this channel have are like-minded, you know? Have good opinions. Oh my god. Would I rather see a Batman Beyond movie, TV show, or Arkham Beyond game? Can I have them all? Oh god. Right, I prefer a TV show to a movie. I think. Yeah. TV shows these days are so high budget and they put so much effort into them that almost every episode is on par with the movie. Not quite, obviously, but it's not a big difference. Especially when you look at shows like Game of Thrones, for all its faults, Rings of Power. You know, while maybe not great, still on the scale of a movie, every episode. So I'd like to see a TV show just because then we get more of it. But an Arkham Beyond game, how has that not been made yet? That sounds incredible. Gunn also said we haven't seen even half of the DCU Chapter 1 slate, and it's an 8 to 10 year plan. We are also getting a Teen Titans / Titans project. Not even half of the Chapter 1 slate. So you're saying that the Chapter 1 slate is an 8 to 10 year plan, or the entire thing is an 8 to 10 year plan? Either way, very interesting. And getting a Titans project would be great. The TV show Titans was fantastic, especially the earlier seasons. The first 2 seasons were brilliant. Apart from their Batman casting. That was awful, in my opinion. Is everybody messaging me on the back cave now? Do you think they'll utilize the Joker as a main antagonist in the Matt Reeves films, or do you think he'll just be cameos? Good question. Obviously, we saw the deleted scene with... What was his name?
Barry Keoghan.
Barry Keoghan, yeah. I was not a fan. He's okay. He's okay. Not the best Joker. Better than Jared Leto. Worse than Heath Ledger. Will he be a main antagonist? I feel like he has to be, right? Can you have the Joker not as a main bad guy in 3 movies? I guess we'll wait and see. I'd prefer him to have cameos. Maybe pull in some strings. Seems pretty jokery. God, such a delay on these coming up. Jade says, do you think Robin Williams would have made a great Hugo Strange? I think it would have worked. Robin Williams is Hugo Strange. Yeah. Yeah, I don't see why not. Yeah, probably could have worked. Probably wouldn't be my casting, but yeah, I think it could have worked. What a guy Robin Williams was. Is it 25 past 4, Jack? Is that right?
Yeah, yeah.
We've been live for almost an hour.
55 minutes.
Oh my god. I literally thought we'd been going for like 20 minutes, max. Okay, so we've got like 5 minutes left, maybe 10. So get those questions in. Or super chats if you really want to, you know, because you do. Batman would be great as a TV show, but Warner Bros. Is Batman's greatest villain after all. Interesting. Yeah. I don't think we're going to see Batman on the small screen for a while. Too big of a character. That's why we got Arrow. That was pitched as a Batman show originally, I believe. Okay, the entire thing is an 8 to 10 year plan. Interesting. So I wonder how many years Chapter 1 is going to run over. Very interesting. Titans has some great costumes. It certainly did. Most likely 2 or 3 chapters of projects most likely leading up to just... Yeah, probably. That's the way to do it though, right? Don't rush. Focus on those small stories. 8:25 a.m. for me, just having coffee and breakfast. So much of the day to go. What have you got planned? Anything fun? Me and Jack we're finishing in what, half an hour?
Yeah.
And then we're going to do what we call Dojo Ball. Now, Dojo Ball, I can't show you on this camera, but just out that door, across the stairs and across the other side of the building, we have a 10 by 7 meter matted space with full-size football goals at either end. And we play 3-a-side football. It's awesome. Then we will train tonight in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So, yeah. It feels weird that you're just having breakfast. Anyway, what was I looking at? Ledger is the greatest Joker, right? Right? Please? Yeah. Yeah, he probably is, isn't he? God, where are all you guys watching from? The most surprising Joker and underrated. Yeah, for sure. I remember vividly the backlash when Heath Ledger was cast. It's so funny. It was the same with Ben Affleck as Batman. It was the same with Robert Pattinson as Batman. People get very, very angry. I was not angry with the Heath Ledger casting, and I was not angry with the Batfleck casting. Robert Pattinson, however, I can remember having some things to say. But he was good. He was good. America. I'd love to see Matt Smith in a Batman role. Ooh, maybe Matt Smith is like a Riddler or something. Could work. Interesting. 11:27. So we got an 8:25, 11:27. Where are you guys all from? That's interesting. We got an America, somewhere else. Is the world ready for a Robin movie? No. No, I think we need to have a Robin introduced in a Batman movie first. Because it's Batman and Robin. I think what we could do is have Robin introduced in a Batman movie, Dick Grayson Robin, and then we could have a solo movie where Dick Grayson comes into his own and becomes Nightwing. I think that would be the way to do it. So Laura's from LA. Man, wish I was from LA. Apart from the traffic. Spent 2 weeks there, loved it. Just didn't enjoy the traffic. I think Leto could have been a good Alex Ross Joker with a few tweaks, because he looked like he was based on that version of the Joker. I think Jared Leto just kind of wanted to do his own thing. And there was elements to his Joker that I actually really respected and enjoyed. It was just a bit much. I did, apart from a few lines, delivery of lines, I did like the Snyder Cut Justice League version of his Joker. That was cool. Wonder if Tim will be part of the Bat family in The Brave and the Bold, as well as Babs Oracle or Batgirl, or Cassandra as Batgirl. Yeah, I'd like to see Barbara as Batgirl. I think I'd quite like to see the relationship between Barbara and Jim when he kind of finds out, like, what you're doing what now? I'd like to see that sort of relationship. And I think if we get her as Batgirl first, then if we see the whole incident for how she becomes Oracle, seeing that on screen could be a hard watch, but it could also make for a great story. Would I like to see the classic animated series Justice League lineup with Manhunter, Stewart, and Hawkgirl in the DCU, or Will Gunn will bring together a unique lineup along with the Trinity? Great question. I personally love Martian Manhunter. I think he's a really cool character. Yeah, I think Manhunter... I don't like Hawkgirl, is my thing. But I don't know who you'd replace her with. My ideal Justice League, if I was picking my own, would be the Trinity, Flash... Oh, which Flash? Barry Allen. John Stewart. But I'd be okay with Hal Jordan too. Martian Manhunter and Oliver Queen. Green Arrow. That would be my perfect lineup. But then there's only one female, which isn't great. I don't know. They're just my favorite characters. Start with the end of the Rip arc where Damian dies, then tell the rest of that run out of order. Oof. Interesting idea. I don't know how I feel about stories that start at the end, though. You know what I mean? But yeah, interesting idea. Oh, Singapore. Bloody hell. We're worldwide today. Ray with the big questions. Thoughts on Zack Snyder? Do I think he was positive or negative for DC? Jack, what do you think?
I really like this Justice League film.
The Snyder cut?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought everything else was absolutely awful.
Really?
Yeah.
You didn't like Man of Steel?
No, not really, to be honest.
Interesting. So I think Snyder could have been good. So many poor decisions. So there were positives. The whole aesthetic. Oh, people are turning up. We're going to have to end this in the next 2 minutes, guys. The whole aesthetic of the Snyderverse I thought was great. This dude I absolutely loved. Batfleck, in my opinion, is the best Batman we've ever had. Minus the fact that he was a killer. But that's not the casting, that's the script. It's a difference. Henry Cavill was a great Superman. Man of Steel was great. Batman versus Superman could have and should have been great, but was ruined by some horrific decisions such as Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor and the whole Martha thing was horrific. Take those out and it could have been good. Overall, though, I'm going to say he was probably negative. Jack, can you just pop out and just tell him to go this?
Yeah.
Sorry, people are about to walk in, so rather than get interrupted right at the end of our stream. And we continue. Oh, people have left. See, but they knew we were going to get interrupted and it's coming to an end. People are leaving. Anyway, right. Let's go. We'll go 3 more comments, guys. 3 more comments. Jack, you can pick the best ones.
Ooh.
Obviously, if any of them are super chats, they take priority. I get really excited doing live streams at the potential of super chat because it just blows my mind that it's a thing and people send money to ask questions. It's always blown my mind. It just doesn't happen very often. Grant Morrison redefined comics as an art with his Batman. Yes, he definitely did. Yeah. Legend of the industry. Yeah. 2 more. What have we got? I hear Jack's clicked it, but I haven't seen it yet. Oh. The Authority, I think, will be interesting in the DCU. Interesting to see the engineer in Superman. Is that confirmed? Yes. Definitely interesting. I don't know which one you've clicked on. Okay. That's what I was reading. Yeah, great lineup for the Justice League, but my wife isn't happy with you cutting Hawkgirl out of the lineup. Maybe Supergirl instead. First of all, apologies, wife. Unnamed wife. Is she watching with you, or is she just overhearing the nonsense that I'm saying? I don't know about Supergirl in the Justice League. I don't know. Maybe depends on which kind of version, which stage of Supergirl we'd get, because she can be very immature. And I don't like that in a Justice League member. But yeah, it's a interesting decision. Oh, they were quick ones. Let's go a couple more. If it ever comes up. I do think the DCEU did rush through Joker and Harley's relationship. Oh, 100%. 100%. Sorry, I just read the next comment. Yeah, no, sorry. They did rush through it. But I guess they kind of had to introduce Harley in a way. Margot Robbie was a great Harley Quinn, though. I'll give her that. I suppose someone had to bring it up when it's the current meme meta, I guess, on the internet. Hawk to a girl. And just... Oh, yeah. We couldn't get a stream without that coming up. My wife is watching with me, by the way. That sounds like a really strong and healthy relationship right there. Tuning in on this Wednesday afternoon to the Batcave. Yeah. That's a good relationship. Alright, guys. I think comments have started to slow down now as well. So, to kind of, I guess, bring this to an end, conclude, round up, say my thanks. The future of DC movies is looking mixed. It's probably the best way to do it, judging by what chat has been saying. Cautiously optimistic is a term that's thrown around way too much these days, especially in the franchises that I talk about on YouTube, like DC and Lord of the Rings. But it's kind of, it's right. I want to be excited for these projects. I want to be excited for the future of DC movies. But because of what's come before, that excitement has to be cautious. Right? We've got to be cautious with our excitement. Yeah, that's pretty much how I feel. And judging by that chat history, how you guys feel too. We also were celebrating today. Not that we did a lot of celebrating. I was going to actually have an apple juice on stream to celebrate 50,000 subs, but again, we're training tonight, so that wouldn't be very responsible of me. So, water. But thank you all, as always, for your support on this channel. 51.9 thousand subscribers. I genuinely, and I know everyone says things like that, never thought this channel would get that far. Like, I talk about Batman. Most channels have really broad subject matters, right? Like Lord of the Rings. There's a lot of characters. The Batcave, we're just talking about Batman and his mates. So it's pretty cool to know that we're close to 52k subs. Couple of goodbye comments then. Laura says, thank you for streaming. Good to catch up with you. You too. Thank you, as always, for all your support and your comments. It's always great chatting to you. Kumar, love your channel, Batcave. Thank you very much. I love yours too. I think he's both a positive and negative because he understands comics better than most. But yeah, Watchmen was great. So Snyder definitely can do good comic book movies. But yeah, he made some mistakes. When will the next Batman come out? It'll be next year, the Batman 2, I believe. Definitely do another live chat. Yes, we've started the process of rebuilding our live stream setup. You can see there's kind of Lord of the Rings weapons behind me because it's for a different channel. But I don't see any reason why we can't use this for the Batcave. So yeah, expect more live streams. Again, don't forget to subscribe and turn notifications on so you can be notified when I go live. I'll be more excited when we get more info on the Batman Part 2 and when we find out who the new Batman is. Me too. Me too. And Abdul says, looking forward to the next live. So am I. I can't wait already. This was great fun. I always enjoy chatting to you guys live. It's definitely the best part about being a YouTuber, for sure, is the live streams. So guys, thank you all so much for tuning in. Again, don't forget to like and subscribe. Yeah, thanks for all the support over the last 2.5, 3 years. And I'll see you next time on the Batcave. Also, thanks, Jack.